It's game time in Philadelphia as the crowds at Wells Fargo Center look to cheer on the 76ers. This road trip for the Magic kicking things off here in this one. After dropping the first 3 games of the season, they need to turn it around.
I know they've got to be disappointed with how they've started to this point, Kevin, but you know what? It's a long season. This thing is a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's not 6 furlongs. This thing is a mile and a half if it were a horse race. So take that into consideration. Stay the course. Stay steady. And they've just got to keep their eye on the prize and know that they can get better before they get worse.
And they will get better. I mean, when you look at how the season kicked off for them, it really can't get much worse.
A look at the starting group for the Magic. Harris and Gordon, the athletic forward pair. The backcourt is Payton and Oladipo. And it's Vucevic in at the center position. Out to Payton. All sorts of time. And he gets it to go. Payton's got the first basket of the game for the Magic.
There you go again. A nice kick out after the D had collapsed on it.
And for Tobias Harris, a resurgence of sorts last season, Clark, especially from behind the arc, where he shot a career-high 36%.
You know, he'd only hit 25% from 3 the year before, Kevin. So, yeah, monster improvement in accuracy from long range.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
On defense, Philadelphia, coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think what you saw from them throughout the game was teamwork. This is a team. Regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
And getting back to Harris, there's just so much to like about his game. He lives in the gym, has a tremendous feel for the game, and he knows how to maximize his production within those athletic limitations.
Here's Oladipo. Jahlil Okafor making his last shot. Back to Payton. Lets the 3 fly. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start, 2 for 2.
A lot of times in the first quarter, it'll dictate how big a role a player has later on.
You know, the thing about Harris is he's a combo forward, extremely versatile. At 6'8", he struggles with size against the better power forwards, and he lacks the athleticism of the better small forward. So to get the most out of him, you have to put him in the right matchups.
Now we go to Doris Burke, who spoke with Scott Skiles. Doris?
I asked him what the main reason was for their disappointing record so far. He said, it's not that easy to put a finger on, but we seem to lack that killer instinct. We don't have the confidence to finish teams off, even when we've got them on the ropes. Let's see if they can change their luck tonight, guys.
All right, Doris. Now here's Gordon. 11 points for him in that last game against Toronto. The pass to Oladipo from the arc. Cannot hit. And the 76ers go the other way with it. Thompson outside. From 20 feet out. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
The inability to make threes in that game, because they took a lot of them, I think, is why they ended up on the short end of the stick.
Yeah, they did take a bunch of them. Sometimes you can make up for poor three-point shooting with a strong inside game, but their inside game just wasn't strong enough.
And he recovers it. Out to the right wing. The 76ers with another miss.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Harris kicks to Payton. Vucevic tried to tip it in, but couldn't quite get it. The wide open look here for Oladipo. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist.
Timeout call for Philadelphia. Ladies and gentlemen.
And the 76ers decide to take their first timeout here. Well, it was a slow start to his rookie year for Payton, but he came along very strong.
Yeah, it looked really good for the Magic down the stretch. Even recorded his first triple-double. I think there will be more of those in his career.
Here's Noel. Another miss by Philadelphia. Orlando leading by 5. And Oladipo kicks to Payton. Back to Oladipo. Here's Vucevic. He's coming off a 10-point game against Toronto.
Yeah, but I also thought the rebounding was impressive. He got some huge boards in that game. And guys, for Peyton, so many were talking him up as the best point guard of the class early. But it's never easy to adjust to the NBA speed, and it just took him a little bit of time.
Here's Harris after the made shot from Ezail Iverson. Vucevic with it. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. The kick out to Oladipo. 5 on the clock. Vucevic setting the pick for Oladipo. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline.
And guys, I think the next big step for Elfrid Payton is going to be getting his shot right. I mean, he has the tools to be an impact guard, but it's hard to create when you can't keep teams honest from deep.
Now, here's Oladipo. After the miss from Ezail Iverson. Gordon. Out to Harris, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Vucevic.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Robert Covington. Isaiah Cannon.
The 76ers trail by 3. Cannon, the pass to Boozer. The 10-footer uses the glass to drop it in. Boozer's got his first basket of the night. And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. And this is the first season matchup for them against this 76ers team.
And they won the season series against this club last year, but, then again, so did a lot of other teams.
Hey, Greg, we got to be honest here, which is really the only way I roll. Neither of these teams are world beaters. But you've got to start somewhere. A win tonight would be a step in the right direction.
Now, here's Oladipo. The Magic need to get a shot off here. They get it back. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. They get Carlos Boozer.
And guys, when you go to look for holes in the game of Tobias Harris, there really aren't any. One of the hardest workers in our league. If he has any weakness at all, it's his average size speed combo, which most likely will keep him from becoming the perennial all-star type.
Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Orlando. There's a screen by Noel, and here's Covington from the arc. It's hauled in by Gordon.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Now, here's Oladipo. Feeds to Gordon. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. The 76ers trail by 5. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Gordon against Boozer. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws. Well, the Orlando Magic had a rough season last year. They managed to still be, though, competitive on the road.
They really had one of those years where they just seemed to play better on the road, maybe more comfortable, not as much pressure. Almost half of their wins on the year came out of town.
And part of why Orlando held things together on the road was they could get hot from the floor. Ended up in the top 10 in the NBA in terms of field goal percentage on the road.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Smith checked in for Gordon. Hezonja comes in for Tobias Harris. And Evan Fournier subbed in for Elfrid Payton. Swiped it away. Pass to Covington. He kicks it to Stauskas. The 76ers with another miss.
And for the Magic, they still only had 12 road wins last year. Given the youth of this team, that's definitely something that can be built on.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch in how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
Here's Boozer. Bank shot, no good.
So far on the glass, it hasn't even been close.
Yeah, they're taking it to him. It feels like they've gotten every loose ball.
Here's Fournier. He's covered by Boozer. And it's Smith missing.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Stauskas kicks to Cannon. Soft touch off the glass.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Here's Fournier. Smith sets the pick for Oladipo. Fournier in the corner. The shot is off, and it's Philadelphia the other way. There's a minute 47 left to play in the first quarter. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Cannon dishes to Boozer. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Stauskas from the arc, and he gets the bucket. Now just a 1-point Magic lead.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and it's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Philadelphia. J.Gar Sampson comes in for Robert Covington. And a switcher also for Orlando. Embiid's checked in. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by.
And Scott Skiles has been around the league as a coach for a while now, coming home to where he played most of his career here in Orlando. And at times, he can be a demanding coach.
No good from Grant. Orlando leading. Here's Fournier. He dishes it to Smith. Screen by Smith. Here's Fournier. It's blocked, and they're able to recover. Oladipo, the pass to Embiid. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Andrew Nicholson, he's checked in for Jason Smith. 36 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And Greg, you're right. Skiles is what, we'd call a no-nonsense coach. Makes perfect sense when you think about the team that now Clarkie's going to go coach in Orlando.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was great at developing players, and that's exactly why the Orlando Magic hired him. Plays with an edge, but he develops players quite nicely, too.
Holds him accountable, doesn't he?
Yep, well said.
And Oladipo kicks to Nicholson to end the run. Rebound by the 76ers.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
For 3, Stauskas. The shot will not go. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. 76ers ahead, up by 2. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports.